What if we told you that a single missile system could challenge the air dominance of the most advanced air forces in the world, including Israel's? What if that system wasn't American or Russian, but Chinese? Welcome to the world of the HQ-9B, a surface-to-air missile platform that's rapidly becoming one of the most talked-about air defense systems in the modern military arena. In today's video, we explore how the HQ-9B operates, its powerful defensive and offensive capabilities, and how it compares to rival systems like the American Patriot and Russian S-400. More importantly, we ask a critical question. Could Egypt acquire the HQ-9B? And if so, would it give Cairo a decisive edge in regional military balance, even over Israel? Let's unpack the secrets, strengths, and strategic implications of the HQ-9B1. The evolution of Chinese air defense. From the HQ-9 to the HQ-9B, China's journey to developing an advanced air defense network reflects decades of studying, adapting, and surpassing foreign technologies. The original HQ-9 was inspired by both the Russian S-300 PMU and the American MIM-1 04 Patriot, but China did far more than just copy. It built an indigenous system suited to the realities of 21st century warfare. The HQ-9B, introduced as an upgraded version in the mid-2010s, brought with it a slew of enhancements: extended range, improved seeker technology, upgraded engagement radar, and better resistance to jamming and electronic warfare. It is part of a broader layered Chinese air defense strategy that includes short range, like the HQ-6, medium range, HQ-16, and long range, HQ-9 and HQ-19 systems. 2. Technical capabilities of the HQ-9B. Let's take a deeper technical dive into the HQ-9B system, which is arguably the backbone of China's strategic anti-access area denial, A2AD doctrine. Missile performance speed, estimated at Mach 4.2 to Mach 4.5, the missile is fast enough to intercept high-speed aircraft and cruise missiles. Range. The HQ-9B extends the engagement envelope to 300 kilometers, a major upgrade over the earlier HQ-9's 200-kilometer range. Altitude. Capable of engaging targets flying as low as 500 meters and as high as 30 kilometers, making it effective against both low-flying cruise missiles and high-altitude surveillance aircraft or bombers. Warhead. A 180-kilogram high-explosive fragmentation warhead gives the missile a lethal kill radius, capable of destroying even hardened airborne targets. Guidance and targeting. The missile uses active radar homing in the terminal phase, paired with semi-active radar during mid-course guidance. Its advanced radar seekers are believed to feature improved anti-stealth capabilities, enabling engagement of targets with a reduced radar cross-section, such as the F-22 Raptor or F-35 Lightning II. Radar and fire control. The HQ-9B is supported by the HT-233 radar, a 3D phased array fire control radar, operating in the C-band. This radar can reportedly track over 100 targets simultaneously, while engaging up to 6 to 8 targets at once. Integration with early warning radar and electronic countermeasure ECCM systems allows the HQ-9B to function even in heavily contested electromagnetic environments. Mobility and deployment. Mounted on a tie-in 8x8 high-mobility chassis, the launcher unit can be rapidly repositioned to respond to evolving threats. The system is modular, meaning each battery includes a command post, radar unit, and 4 launchers, each carrying 4 missiles. It can be networked into a larger integrated air defense system, IADS, combining information from AWACS, satellites, and other radar nodes. 3. Strategic edge. Comparing the HQ-9B to rival systems. Let's compare the HQ-9B to its closest competitors and see where it stands on the global leaderboard. Versus American Patriot PAC-3. The PAC-3 excels at intercepting ballistic missiles with pinpoint accuracy. However, its limited multi-target capacity and higher unit cost make it less effective in saturation attack scenarios. The HQ-9B, while slightly less accurate, offers greater range in a wider area of coverage at lower procurement and maintenance costs. Versus Russian S-300/S-400. The S-400 outperforms in missile versatility and target discrimination, but comes with political strings and logistical complications, especially for non-aligned nations. The HQ-9B, though slightly behind in sheer technological sophistication, benefits from faster delivery timelines and no export restrictions on radar range or seeker capabilities. In practice, the HQ-9B comes close to the S-400 in strategic value, while being more accessible to nations outside Russia's sphere of influence. Versus Israeli David Sling and Arrow, Israel's missile defense systems are optimized for ballistic missile and rocket threats, not necessarily for deep, long-range air interdiction. The HQ-9B, on the other hand, is built for area denial and airspace control, meaning it can deter or limit Israeli air sorties, particularly those involving surveillance aircraft or drones. 4. Could Egypt acquire the HQ-9B? Now let's turn to the geopolitical core of this story. Could Egypt, a nation traditionally reliant on US and Russian weapons, be looking east toward China? Military procurement trends. Egypt has diversified its suppliers since the 2010s, adding Rafale fighters from France, Su-35s and MiG-29s from Russia, and Wing-Lung drones from China. Cairo's defense policy increasingly favors non-Western partners who offer modern systems with fewer export limitations. China has already sold Egypt major defense platforms, including naval ships and advanced UAVs, indicating strong military ties. Strategic fit. Egypt faces growing regional threats, rising instability in Libya, tensions with Ethiopia over the Nile, and the need to protect the Suez Canal and Red Sea coast. A system like the HQ-9B offers long-range air dominance, critical for defending strategic infrastructure and asserting control over Egypt's extensive airspace. 5th, regional power shift. How HQ-9B could alter the Middle East military landscape. If Egypt were to acquire the HQ-9B, the impact would be profound and far-reaching. A challenge to Israeli air supremacy. Israel currently enjoys near-complete air dominance in the eastern Mediterranean, supported by F-35 Iron-Deers, state-of-the-art UAVs, and powerful radar networks. The HQ-9B would not eliminate that advantage, but it could limit Israel's operational freedom, especially for reconnaissance and strike missions near Egyptian borders or the Sinai. Egypt could deter preemptive strikes, enhance its nuclear and air asset protection, and gain leverage in political negotiations. Influence over the Red Sea and Suez Canal. With the HQ-9B stationed near the Suez Canal, or in eastern Egypt, Cairo could control air access over key trade and military corridors, affecting both global commerce and military deployments. A strategic hedge against Turkish or Gulf ambitions. With rising Turkish influence in Libya and expanding Gulf military capabilities, Egypt needs a deterrent that can cover large swaths of territory without relying on Western command chains. The HQ-9B's autonomous radar and ECM resistance makes it ideal for such roles. A new chapter in Middle Eastern air defense? The HQ-9B is not just another Chinese export. It's a bold statement of intent, a declaration that nations no longer need to choose between Washington and Moscow when building their air defenses. For Egypt, the acquisition of the HQ-9B could be a milestone in strategic independence, signaling a shift toward multipolar defense alliances and away from Cold War-era limitations. It would provide Cairo with a powerful tool for regional deterrence, enabling it to challenge threats from air, sea, or land, while projecting a message of strength to both friends and rivals alike. And while Israel's military edge remains formidable, the days of unchallenged skies over the Middle East may be numbered. If Egypt does indeed bring the HQ-9B into its arsenal, we may be witnessing the quiet beginning of a new arms race, one where Chinese technology redefines the rules of power projection in the world's most volatile region.